What's going on, y'all? Listen. Okay, listen. I'm just coming through just to get my little opinion on this whole thing. Because I saw the show, and y'all know I watched the show. Okay, the Porsha situation or whatever. I'm so glad. I am so glad that this is about to be the last episode next week, because unlike a lot of other reviewers, and they're being completely honest, and I respect them, because baby, I've been looking at the videos. I gotta look at my people's videos first or whatever. And you know, a lot of people don't like Porsha. Okay, a lot of people do not like Porsha, and it is understandable. Okay, it is understandable. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've always liked Porsha to a certain extent. You know, at first when she first came on and she was with Cordell, I was like, girl, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? You can clearly see that she was being a little bit controlled or whatever. But as soon as she broke free from him, or I guess he left her, whichever way you want to put it, you know, mama started coming into her own. And the girl is funny as fuck to me. Plus, she fine as hell to me. But you know, you could be fine, you could be funny, and you could be dumb at the same time. And Porsha can be all of that at certain times, okay? And we have seen that. With that being said, I still like Porsha, okay? I still like Porsha just because I find her hilarious or whatever, to a certain extent. But I am not one of them motherfuckers that's not going to sit here and call her ass out, because y'all know I've been calling this bitch out this whole damn time, okay? But with that being said, let's just get up into what happened, because y'all know I was not going to review this show because I literally felt as though this was not a good look. You know, well, not necessarily did I feel like it wasn't a good look. I felt like she was running away from the, you know, the other ladies for talking about the situation between her and Simon. That's what I thought was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And, that's exactly what was going on, you know. So I was like, people was like, you know, this is her bag or whatever, get the bag. Okay, fine. You could have had two bags. You could have had a regular show, and you could have been on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, see, with this show, and I'm giving all this background because this is more so about my opinion than about, you know, a review of what's going on, because what is really happening right now is showing that everything and everybody do not need a show. Okay, and when I say that, I mean, yeah, it's cool to see certain people in certain lights or whatever, you know, see the behind the scene things, see what's going on in their personal or whatever, humanizing them to a certain extent. But when it gets to a point where you're showing more dysfunction than you actually showing you as a, you know, entrepreneur, as a professional, as a, you know, mother, a parent, a human, whatever you want to call it, you know, man or woman, seeing you in a positive light, it's like, is it worth it? Okay, is it really worth it? Especially when you've already got negativity coming at you with this situation. Porsha put out this show mostly, and I'm going to assume to basically try to give her opinion and, you know, her version, and to quell the negativity that was surrounding her and Simon getting together, and to control that narrative. And I thought that that's what was going to happen, you know. And what I'm looking at, I don't even know what episode this is. What is this, episode 6, 7, or whatever? Basically what's going on is there really hasn't been too much talking about this whole relationship between her and Simon, and you know, us seeing them together so we can get a feel of, oh yeah, they do got chemistry. Oh yeah, I can see how, you know, she got swept up by him. Oh, I can see how, you know, he can fall for her. I can see the reason why they're together. Baby, it's cold. And I just don't see that. We don't see more of that. Basically, for the past 2.5 episodes, what's been going down, or I should say majority of this season, what's been talking about is the fact that Porsha is not over Dennis. That's what everybody is getting a feel for, and that's the narrative that people are putting out there. Porsha can say that she's over him. Porsha can very much say that she's over him. But your actions, or I should say her actions, are not giving that off. Her actions are not giving that off at all. Okay? Because I wouldn't react the way that she's reacting to all of this if I was over somebody. If I was over somebody and I'm happily in a new relationship and I'm ready to plan this wedding, I'm ready to, go forth and live my life and be this man or this woman's, spouse or whatever, I'm not worrying about my ex. I don't even care if we have a child together. If we have a child together, I'm just worried that, everything cool. That's cool over there, so my daughter can be safe, my child can be safe. Okay, cool. You do whatever it is that you got to do. You bring somebody in the picture. Just make sure I meet them first. Vet them out. Don't bring them around my child until we agree to do that. Other than that, you can go fuck off on whoever it is that you want to fuck off on, and just make sure my child is there until we have that conversation, especially if it's somebody that's just, a little dip here, dip there that you ain't serious about. You know what I'm saying? A little sneaky link or whatever. First of all, we too grown to be calling this sneaky link. If we older, and not even older, baby, if we adults, sneaky link ain't nothing but another word for cheating, okay? That's what it is. It really is, because that's literally what it's coming from. If you are in a relationship with somebody and you are fucking around on them and you're not supposed to, that is your little sneaky link, okay? That's what it is. That's what the young kids call another word for cheating, okay? We call it cheating, bitch. All right, that's your little side piece. That's your little side hoe. That's your little dip. That's your little friend with benefit. That's what it is. And at this point, Porsha got it in her mind that she want to blend families, and I'm sitting here after looking at last night's episode. I was just like, girl, why do we need to blend families, okay? Now, when you say blend families, the only family that needs to be blended at this point is Simon, you, and Dennis. Y'all need to be on the same page because you guys are the adults that's in your child's life. Am I right? The main adults, okay? The ones that's going to see her all the time or should be seeing her all the time. And of course, yes, she will see other family members, but who cares what the family members have to say at this point, because they're not raising a kid. They're not raising a kid. So I just didn't understand what was the purpose of this trip. It felt so concocted, and after looking at last night's episode, it really felt like a worthless piece of thing. They was sitting down and they was at a table read, and they was coming up with some ideas for this show, and it was like, hey, how about we go on a trip and we make it seem as if this is this is that, this is that. It's stupid. It's stupid. When you look at it now, it's really stupid, okay? Because just like Aunt Liz said, you got people around you that's starting stuff, that's yes people, and Porsha can't take accountability for her own actions as well. And a lot of the stuff that's going on didn't need to happen, because a lot of these people that's here did not need to be there. If you want to blend families, blend the families. Blend with you, Simon, and freaking Dennis. And y'all did not need to go to Mexico to do that, okay? You did not need to go on a family trip to blend or whatever to get over whatever was going on. Y'all could have did that in Atlanta. Okay, y'all could have kept that ratchet shit up in Atlanta. And I say that because you literally went over into another country and you risk getting arrested out there. When their jails are not like our jails. Their laws are not like our laws, okay? You really risk putting all that on the line, okay? Just because you got this network behind you, ain't no telling what could have happened. Ain't no telling what could have happened, okay? And let's just get to it. That whole fight that happened, if I was Dennis, baby, when I tell you, I would have said, fuck that whole family. I really would have said, fuck that whole family, okay? I really would have said, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you, bitch, okay? To Porsha, I really would have, because and a lot of stuff that Porsha says is very much contradictory. Like, in the beginning, when this whole fight happened, you were saying, arrest him, arrest him, arrest him. But then you talking to Aunt Liz or somebody else, and you was like, I don't want to call the cops on no black man, because you know what's going on with the black people and all this stuff. But yet you was out there in Mexico talking about some arrest him. Which one is it, ma'am? Okay, like, come on. But when it gets to this whole fight situation, y'all, a mess. It's a goddamn mess. They basically jumped Dennis, okay? And like I said when I first talked about it, I think I'm gonna put this on my main channel because whatever. But the other video is probably on the second channel. But I basically said he reached. It looked like he reached, okay? I don't know who he was reaching for. When we saw it last week, we couldn't really tell. And then that's when Porsha got really irate and started hitting him and everything and all that. And I was like, you know, people wanted to say, though, he was swinging and all this stuff. And I said, so are we looking at the same show? Are we looking at the same show? Even back then, even last week, he did not swing. He did not swing because he got pulled back real quick. Okay, they pushed him back real quick. And he did reach. And I was like, And people was like, maybe he was trying to reach for his mom because Porsha was trying to, you know, attack her or whatever. And I was like, you know, I couldn't really tell. But later on in the episode last night, Porsha was talking to her mom, I think, and she was like, or either she was talking to somebody, either her mom or Aunt Liz. She either said that, one of those people. What she said was, Dennis grabbed for her because he probably thought that Porsha was going after his mama. So he was basically trying to grab her to stop her. Not grab to hit her, not grab to hurt her. He wasn't swinging. There is a difference in the words. And in her words, she said grab, okay? You know, he was trying to defend his mom, okay? That's what came out of her mouth, okay? Which is understandable. And probably what he thought was going on too, okay? Because of the way that she was coming at Miss Gina, you know, the way that she was calling her. Did she call that lady a bitch? She called that lady a bitch, I think. And if she didn't, forgive me, correct me or whatever. But, you know, she was just doing way too much. That whole fighting situation, production was holding him back. You had Lauren trying to hold him back. You had, you know, Miss Darnell, Storm's mama, get up there trying to hold him back and pulling all on him and falling all on the ground and all that stuff. And I'm like, why did y'all need to get up? Okay? Y'all don't need to get up. Let these men, the production and all this stuff, let them who are grown-ass men handle this man, okay? So that y'all won't say, like Stormy said, that, you know, that he tried to hit her or he assaulted her. And when we talk about that, now you put up these pictures or whatever, can't you go into your pictures and edit the locations and stuff like that in the time? I think you can do that, but I'm not saying that that's what she did. But girl, I don't want to call you a liar because, you know, domestic violence is not to be played with. I don't like when people lie about stuff like that because 9 out of 10 I'm going to be on the victim side. But in this case, it's very much hard because you put out one thing and you put these pictures out saying that this happened. Somebody else come out and say, oh, you got into an incident that past summer with your ex-girlfriend or whatever. It was a domestic abuse situation, and those could allegedly be those same pictures that you're using. And then we see the footage from this week where you were over here. Dennis was over there. But you said Dennis attacked you, assaulted you. And if you did get hurt and bruised up because you didn't come down to the dinner or whatever after that, or wherever y'all went, you didn't come down because you wasn't feeling well, 9 out of 10, it wasn't Dennis that touched you. It was the people that was holding your ass back because you did try to hit him, and I think you did hit him. So, it's just, I just didn't like what happened. It wasn't a good look at all. You know, Porsha, y'all, I'm cold. I'm so sorry. Y'all know I come up in here and it's just freezing up in this bitch. But anyway, Porsha, you putting your hands on him. It's not empty. Porsha putting his hands on him. Porsha putting her hands on him. Okay. I can understand people saying, oh, it's a natural instinct or whatever. You know, you see something happening, you go ahead and you try to defend yourself, whatever, and you know, probably hit and all that stuff. No, this is what Porsha does all the time, okay? Because not everyone is just gonna, especially when they already been held back and it's a barrier of people between them, not going all the way is just try to hit somebody. That's her go-to, and we have to admit that. Even if we like her, we have to admit that, okay? So she did all of that. breaking dishes, plates, cups, all that shit or whatever. You know, took the man's boom mic, okay, trying to use that as a weapon. Porsha, you really could have got yourself locked up out there in Mexico, and you just don't understand that. And then for Simon to just be standing there, and then when he finally restrained her, he was looking over like he didn't even give a damn. Okay, he didn't give a damn. Like, there was really no expression in his face. You saw the screenshots, the still shots. There was really no expressions in his face, you know, when this whole shit went down. And talking about this is a 2 out of what he's been through, what he's seen. This is a 2 compared to what he's saying. I'm like, damn, bitch. So you okay with this? It was almost as if he was cool with it. I don't know. It was real weird. Because if something like that was going on, and I don't even care if my bitch was the one that started this shit and it was her fault or whatever, if she threw the first lick, bitch, I'm still whooping the other motherfucker ass. I'm gonna pull her ass back and then I'm gonna beat that bitch ass. Simon didn't do nothing like that. We noticed that Simon did not even try to touch Dennis at all, okay? So that was telling, you know. And at the same time, all them people that was up on him, it just didn't make sense. And was Lauren hitting him? Lauren was hitting somebody, and I heard them hits connect. I heard the hits. I heard the flesh hit the flesh. Okay? And I'm just like, why is she doing all this? Why is she doing all this? Yeah, they was holding him back, but he was not swinging. He couldn't swing. He couldn't even get his hands up there because they was holding him back, you know? And it literally felt like a jump, okay? And you keep on talking about something, don't touch my family, he touching my family, and he attacked my family, all this shit. How? When y'all the one that was attacking him. Y'all was the one that was attacking him. And see, you want to put this narrative out, and that's why y'all did what y'all did last week. Y'all want to put this narrative out to make it seem like he's all that of a bad guy. Yes, he cheated on your ass. He fucked up for that, okay? But at some point, we're going to have to get over that because we're in a new relationship. We can't keep bringing excess baggage into a new relationship. And that's how you know that this shit it's just not, it don't feel real, it don't feel authentic, and it's just feeling like some other stuff going on because y'all not ready. How are you still trying to develop a relationship with somebody and get married to somebody who literally was still married when you got with them, and you have not gotten over the relationship? And not saying that she's still in love with him, with Dennis. She just haven't gotten over the stuff and dealt with what really happened between them. Because if you did, this will not be, as you say, triggering you the way that you're doing. Okay, you wouldn't be going about stuff the way that you're going about it. All right, and then the next day didn't want to say anything and texting everybody not to say nothing. That's trash. Talking about something. This is how we do it in my family. We just sweep stuff under the rugs. Obviously, that's not working because sweeping stuff under the rug ain't gonna do nothing but push it back until it explodes, and it explodes at the wrong time, just like it did there. Okay, Dom, your ass kind of started some of this shit. When you brought up the situation about the cheating and all that stuff in the drinking game or whatever at the table, you started this and your ass over there crying. Porsha, this is all your fucking fault. This is all your fault because you ain't need to bring these motherfuckers around. Okay, you really didn't, you know. And then people are going off of your actions. Okay, they taking your lead. So if you pissed off, of course your family want to have your back, so they gonna be pissed off for the most part, you know. And I was with Aunt Liz. Liz was the only one that had sense that was basically like, of course this man gonna be upset and feel away because y'all attacking him and keep on, you know, bringing up the past. Why do we need to bring up the past? The past is the past. We trying to live in the present and then worry about the future. Why are we still living in the past and bringing that shit up? So of course he wasn't supposed to feel away. Like, come on. It was just trash. It was just Porsha. Baby girl, that whole shit was not a good look. I don't care if you are a stan of hers. You have to admit that this is not a good look. Like I said, I like Porsha. Okay, I ain't finna be one of them motherfuckers that get on here. One of the people that get on here. I ain't gonna want no motherfuckers. Y'all know I just talk. I ain't been be one of the reviewers or people that get on here and just trash her and dog her because I don't have that in my heart. That girl ain't doing nothing to me. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, she was right for this, she was right for that. Hell no, she wasn't right. And this is not a good look. This is not a good look. You got another cousin coming out saying, you know, she put on her IG. I printed it out so I can get it. This happened today, okay? First, You trying to act like you really weren't going to take accountability for what happened on the show when the show was airing. Then you trying to put out a statement basically saying it was some other stuff that led up to this that we didn't see. Okay, well, put that out. That's what you should have put out last week so we can understand. Put that out on the internet last week instead of having Storm come out saying, oh, he assaulted me, he did this, he did that. Okay, well, put out what really led up to this, okay? Put out exactly what he did, what was said, if he really touched somebody, and all the stuff that was said so that we can get it. Because we know how editing goes. Sometimes they edit shit for the salaciousness of it. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But still, you still sitting here not taking responsibility. Y'all still giving them this footage to be able to edit it. You know, so y'all are doing this, you know. Then this other cousin who, ooh, it's cold, girl. Her name Lady T Ford, okay, on Instagram. She put up in her IG story, she said, one thing I can't stand, I don't stand for is disrespect. I don't care who you are. You don't disrespect anyone's mother. You don't call someone's mother out their name. And you definitely don't try to put your hands on anyone's mother. Many have asked my opinion on the show. So here it is. I said, girl, who is Minnie? Because, bitch, I ain't know who you was before this. Before this got on the shade room. I said, girl, who is Minnie? Who is Minnie, bitch? She said, I'm glad that I declined to do the show after being asked to be on there. I don't agree with a lot that's being portrayed. But what I am grateful for and thankful for is that the world gets to truly see who Dennis and Mama Gina are. Ones that over the years I have personally gotten to know and love. One who have called and checked in on me and my family almost every day since my mom passed. So no one can ever say anything bad about them or disrespect them in my book. I will not stand for it. And to answer some of y'all questions, I don't have to answer, so I won't answer them anymore. Was I asked to be on the show? Yes, but I declined simply because I knew initially they wanted to create a fake narrative, which we see, that Porsha has a little village that agreed to all her BS and she don't. Remember when I said that when I first initially talked about the first episode, and I put that, if you want to see that review, it's on my other channel. You can find it on my community page or whatever. But I said part of the reason why I didn't want to review this, and I kind of was disappointed because I was looking forward to seeing the show, was because a lot of the stuff wasn't adding up and it just seemed a lot of fakeness going on in that very first episode. So the cousin is confirming that, you know, and I was feeling some type of way about the fact that it felt like her family was all here for everything that she was doing with Simon. And come to find out, not everybody is, but most of the people that they got on the show is basically faking it like they are, okay? Because like Liz says, you got a lot of fucking, she got a fucking village of yes people around her, okay? And a couple of people have called that out even on the show, you know? She said, do you still talk to Porsha? Nope, after not hearing from her or Diane since my mom passed and then months later asked to do a show, absolutely not. I'm not a seat filler. That's fucked up. You don't reach out to your family when one passed, but then you reach out months later to do a show. That's messed up if that's true. Do I agree with Porsha and Simon's relationship? I don't agree with messing around, better yet being engaged to a married man, which I told her my thoughts, and her response, amongst a few other words, were be blessed and have the Lord, and have the Lord been blessing me. For the record, I am no one's ass kisser, seat filler, flunky, or groupie. Never have I been or never will I be, and I damn sure not the one to call out for convenience. I'm glad somebody, if this is was she true, like she said she don't agree or condone the behavior. She don't want no parts of it. Her parents raised her better than that. My whole thing is this: I believe her because that's exactly how I feel. I feel like it's a whole bunch of ass kisses on there, and I saw through all of that shit on episode 1. Because I literally said, so you mean to tell me the family is all here for this? Because that's how it felt. And I mean, you can't tell me that they are, but then it starts slowly coming out that everybody is not in agreement with this. You know what I'm saying? And they will say that shit behind her back, you know, instead of to her face. And I'm not, listen, this is why I can't be friends with I ain't gonna say I can't be friends. If I be cool with somebody in the reality realm of TV or a celebrity of any kind, I'm not the ass kissing type of motherfucker. That's why a certain relationship that I had, or friendship or whatever that I had with a person in the past didn't work out, because I don't kiss ass. I'm not gonna sit back and agree with everything that you do, whether you're family, friends. And people was in the comments on the Shade Room getting upset that this girl said this. And I'm like, I get it. You know, you don't want family coming out putting family business out there, but sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to when you see the bullshit that's going on. Because no. You letting other people's names get run through the mud. And let's not get it twisted. We're not saying Dennis is the best person in the world, but what they did to him on that episode, it was fucked up. It was fucked up. And Porsha, I'm gonna put this out here and I'm gonna end it right here. Like, I would be surprised if they bring this back again, because it probably did bring in ratings. I don't know, but a motherfucker like me still gonna watch it. I mean, I guess I'm gonna talk my shit, but I'm still watch it. Okay. But it wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look. If the intent was to change the narrative and to control the narrative about this relationship between you and Simon, you missed the mark miserably. Because we're no longer talking about you and Simon. We're talking about you and Dennis. And that's not what the show was supposed to be about. It was supposed to show you in a better light. It just put forth a whole bunch of dysfunction and played into a lot of the negativity that a lot of other people have already felt about you. So if you do come back with another series, another little spinoff or whatever, let it be about just your family, and I'm talking about your immediate family. Don't let it be about this baby mama, baby daddy drama or whatever. And if you do come back, make sure you have your shit together first. Don't bring anybody else that's unnecessary forward. Because why was Dom there? Why was Lauren there? If you got all these people in your family, why do you need an assistant right now? Okay, you're on vacation. Cut everything fucking off. You're supposed to be about family. Cut everything fucking off. Why you have your assistant there? You can't do the shit yourself? What's the problem? And if you're going to have these people there, why they're there doing family time? They're not family. They're employees. I don't care what you call them. They're employees, okay? So go back to the drawing board, revamp this, and try it again, mama. Okay? Because this just was not it. This was just not it. I'm not going to be the one, like I said, I still like the bitch. I ain't going to be fake about it. I still like the bitch. I don't follow her on shit, but I still like the bitch, you know. But this just was not the move. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.